What's up, guys? It is June 23rd, and it's that time of year. Everybody's starting to ramp up their practice for archery season. It's coming in a couple months. I'm going to show you how to make a DIY target today. This target works really good for kind of putting around the woods, almost like you would do like for traditional archery, like stump shooting. You can set up a couple of these targets around the woods, if maybe like your camp or whatever, or in your yard. It also works really good for taking with you on hunts. You could use it for discharging a crossbow, for instance, but also if you want to fire a couple arrows before you hit the woods, you could use this. It's very mobile. It's also very durable. It's made out of materials that aren't going to break down outside, and it's stuff that you can get at every hardware store that I know of. Pretty cheap to make, and we'll check it out here. It's like I said, DIY target. It kind of works off the premise of a bag target, in that it uses materials, kind of stacked materials, to kind of dampen the shot. But we're doing it a little different. We're actually putting in a 5-gallon bucket. That's what gives it some mobility and kind of keeps it all contained. So we'll try that out today. Okay, before we get started, I just want to go over what we're going to need today. Start with the tools. I have a cordless drill here. You can use a corded drill too. We just need like about a 1/4-inch drill bit, a saw, and I'll show you what this is for in a little bit. We got a 5-gallon bucket and a lid. Like I said, you can find it pretty much any hardware store. This is a feed bag. It's just like a burlap feed bag. That's what we're going to use for the exterior of the target, the face of it. If you don't have this, you could use just plain cloth, or even a regular sheet of plastic too. It doesn't matter. I just find this kind of the most easy thing to use. And the local hardware store where I live, they have different feed bags for like livestock, and I just got one of the bags they had laying in the trash can there. They have a bunch usually. You can probably find it in that location in your local hardware store. The last thing we have is kind of the packing for the target. This is the plastic you use for like covering crops, like in gardening. You can use in your flower bed or whatever. Kind of a heavy duty, almost garbage bag type material plastic. I use some of it for my yard, and this is some leftover with the black. And I also have some clear stuff that I got. And like I said, we're just going to use this for packing the target. So let's try this out here. For starters, we're going to put a hole in this lid. The reason we're doing this, we're going to be removing the center section of this lid. This is actually going to be where our target is. We want to maintain the integrity of this outer rim area, because that's what's going to hold it all together. So the goal is here to kind of remove the center, maybe 12-inch diameter section. So we're going to drill a hole here just so we can get our saw in there. I'm going to basically follow just this edge here, this lip, the whole way around. Okay, I'm doing this outside. Obviously, if you have a workbench, you're better prepared than me, but we're doing this in my backyard. So bear with me here. We're just going to stick this off the edge of this little wall here. You can see we just bored a hole in there. Like I said, pretty much flush with the edge. If you go overlap a little bit, plus or minus, an 1/8 inch, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Okay, so like I said, once again, we're gonna use this saw and just follow this edge. If you don't have one of these, you probably could do this with a Dremel tool, maybe even like an X-Acto knife. Be really careful. You don't want to take your finger off. Just working it around. So other than making a mess, it's not that hard to do. So you can see, and I walked off the line a little bit in spots, but again, it really doesn't matter. It's like I said, we remove the center, and the important part is the integrity of the frame is still maintained. So, all right, move to the next step. All right, we're going to put the top, the lid aside for now, and we're going to start packing this target. Now, when you do this, you're actually going to pack it. It'll seem fuller than it needs to be. You kind of mat it, you push it down, and pack it in there pretty good. You kind of make balls of it, about that big, and just stuff it in there. Not a whole lot of technique to it. I'm going to kind of alternate between this. The clear stuff is actually heavier duty. It feels a little thicker. I'm not sure what the thickness is, but we're going to alternate the clear and the black. We're obviously not going to use all this today. But you can see it's kind of packing there pretty good. It wants to kind of come up, but that's all right. We'll just keep doing our thing here. There's a good piece. getting there. See, it's almost trying to really pop out the top. See that? We might just go a little bit more in there and then be about right. But I don't really need this whole piece here. Just kind of tearing this in half right now because I don't think we need all this extra plastic. You can see me just walking away from the bucket how much popped out. You could use like old blue jeans or old cloth in this for this target as well. I've seen that material used in bag targets. The only thing is, if you leave it out in the weather, cloth, you know, gets wet and then it kind of starts to break down. The nice thing about this is this plastic, I mean, it'll break down, but it won't break down nearly as fast. So I got it kind of packed in there. You see that it wants to come out, but I'm holding her in there. Next thing I do, take our feed bag, put it right over the top. Just like that. Bring your lid in here. Using my knee, kind of working this around. And you may need to use a hammer. You'll feel it click into place. There you go. And you can see pretty clean up top. This frame's holding together. The other sweet part is it's very light. Look at that. Not like hauling a block target around. You could carry 2 or 3 in the woods with you. Next thing I'm going to do is trim this excess bag material off. You could leave it if you wanted. Again, just for the sake of cleanliness, we're going to cut it off quick. So I'm going to grab some scissors real quick. The other cool part of this target is if it starts to break down or you shoot it out pretty good, just get a hold of a new feed bag, because when you take this rim off or the lid off, it's going to be probably, you're never going to get it back in place. But get another feed bag, and you probably can even just rearrange the plastic, and you could, you know, shoot it out some more, or just get some more plastic. You can use grocery bags, trash bags, whatever. There you go. Going. Again, check it out. One-handed. Pretty easy. The last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this piece of paper. We're going to fold her in half. Put some on this top here. Doesn't have to be exact. And then fold it one more time. Grab our scissors here real quick. Cut off 45. Open her back up. Check that out. Style points. Set it right in the middle. Grab the spray paint. Trying to spray paint everything except the target. Bam! Check it out. Bullseye. If you want to be cool, you can make some smaller ones around there. Do whatever you want. If you're really creative, you can maybe cut out a deer. I'm not that creative. So I just made a diamond.
That's cool.
Now, obviously, best results, we let this dry a little bit, because now my arrow's going to get covered in paint when I shoot this in a minute, but who cares? Yeah, so there's the bucket. It probably weighs, I don't even know. There's nothing to it. But check it out. It has a handle that comes with it, because it's a bucket, right? You can carry this into the woods, carry 2 of these, have a buddy carry 2 more, set them up around your local patch of timber or someone's backyard, and you could, you know, walk around and take different shots. So now I'm going to try shooting this. I'm going to use my Hoyt today. I'm actually pretty pumped. I have a new bow coming. Unfortunately, it's pretty, the lead time is pretty long. It's a Bowtech solution, and it's going to be probably another 2 or 3 weeks till I get to use that, get that bow. So cutting it close here, Bowtech. Come on, hurry up. Anyway, let's go shoot this. Try it out. We're going to stick it right here, edge of my yard. Not in line with my neighbor's house, because that wouldn't be good. We're here about, this is maybe 15, 18 yards or so. We'll give her a whirl here. There you go. And you see it didn't punch through the back. We'll go up there and look at it, see how much penetration we got on this target. Oh, I'm smacking arrows. It's not cool. All right, check it out. Look at that. Oh, that sucks. I kicked off his arrow and it kind of deflected. You can see here, that was actually the first shot. I'm in the diamond. And just for give you an idea how far we're sticking in there, looks like maybe 6 inches of penetration in this target. So considering this bucket's probably 18 inches tall, we got quite a bit of room there. It should pull pretty easy. Yeah, I mean, depends what kind of that plastic in there. That I think that heavier clear plastic holds the arrows a little harder, but let's shoot 2 more arrows in this and then we'll call it a day. So we just shot a couple more arrows into it. This time we were a little closer, probably like 10 yards maybe. But again, let's just grab one more arrows here. We're looking at maybe 6.5, 7 inches of penetration to that target. And again, light and mobile, carry it around with you. And you can just put your foot on top and pull your arrows. And away you go again. So yeah, it's a pretty cool little setup. Like I said, this is a very durable target. It'll hold up to weather because it's basically all plastic. It was cheap, feed bag, packed with some different types of plastic, like for use for gardening, and a 5-gallon bucket.